Hello and Merry Christmas! Yes! We're recording this as part of our Christmas party. Can you tell I've got a furry hat on? I'm boiling. It's ridiculous. I'm indoors with a furry hat on. So before I succumb to heat stroke, welcome to Work for Jupiter, or Gigantomachia, which is a play we're doing a second look read through of. It's a very rough read through. We're all just sort of throwing parts around, and some of us have to nip in and out, so there might be odd pauses where I suddenly randomly come in and start saying lines. But we're going to have a bit of fun, and hopefully you will as well as we read through this play, which is the gods versus the giants, and we have a whole panoply of giants: Bounce Big, Huge High, Rumble, Bumcrack, Thunder-thwart, and Thump-a-pace, versus the usual parade of gods and things. So we're going to have a fun with this wonderful room of people who have all waved at you, I think, already. If they haven't, they can rave again now. And details of who everyone is will be in the show description. So without further ado, we're going to see where this goes as we start with an introduction / prologue thing from the chorus. Prologue away, please.
What are ye sat so close? Well, 'tis well done, well done. Yet I could wish your carding still had held on. Christmas once past, you scorn the knave of clubs. I am thrust out of doors. Those churlish chubs, the boys within there, bid me seek my fate. Tell me that cards are almost out of date. Indeed, the first three knaves are, I confess, but I, the chiefest of the mess, do purpose for to show you one more bout, or two, if faith, ere Christmas ones go out. Yet nor more nor gleek, our play is rough, where you shall see the gods and giants cuff. And now and then a game or two at Lodom, when that the gods at wrath have overthrowed 'em. Sit still a while, and see my noble hearts, how valiantly the clubs will play their parts. I will be chorus, they'll make quick dispatch. Whoever meets with clubs now, meets his match.
Thus, with a powerful arm your forces quelled, and haughty courage, you that could not wield the weighty pack-horse burthen of a crown, why, we will ease ye. Good sirs, take it down. Thou, that to lingering hopes meant'st to rejoin us, we'll crown now for ourselves, we will Saturnus. Tell me, with what face canst thou stand to all that's laid against thee, bloody cannibal? Thou on thy children's entrails thou didst gorge, drawing their mangled limbs. I do not forge that which I now have spoke. Thou know'st thy tyranny. Doomed me to slaughter too. Was ever any the like to this once heard of villainy? Why? 'Tis a grievous sin for one to kill any, much more the plants that sprung from thy own trunk. There's none would do't, I think, but being drunk. Thou know'st my nurses hired taborers to beat their sheepskins, as we hire labourers, and all to drown my din when I had cried, lest if thou heardst me, they and I had died, but I survived, and lived to recompense thee for these cruelties. Sirs, have him hence.
Oh, whither do ye drag me in a garter? What? Must I down to tenebrous Tartar? Is this the part of sons? Hath your love kept tune with nature's law? Fie Jove, fie Pluto, oh Neptune! This is your doing, Jove, an act felonious, thus to depose thy hoary father Cronius. If thou hast any sons, this be thy curse, may they use thee as thou hast me. No, worse.
Have done your groiling. Hold your toothless rage. We have power, but will not spare to use this heat to swage. Have nature made thee any but our sire, thou shouldst have dearly paid for it, ye hire. If that ye had, start again, if that ye had not, let me ne'er be seen. Had ye been full as good as Georgia Green, since 'tis as 'tis, we'll grant ye have a room amongst the planets. That shall be your doom. And now ye are old, that ye may tend devotion 30 long years we give you for your motion. What powers else unto ourself alone as proper we'll reserve, away, begone. Now, since the world belongs unto us three, let's share it equally, I, thou, and he. Ourself will be heaven's king because, ye know, our power effected Saturn's overthrow. You of the sea and of all waters, Lord, you of earth's netherlands. Do ye us accord?
We do.
Then in, where we will feast the larges. That done, each one go thither where his charge is.
You doughty giants! Shall I speak unto thee about a matter I would break unto thee? If you will promise your assisting hands, our powers united, who is he withstands? Bounce big your lurden! I, though now made humble by Saturn's brats above, acquaint ye, Rumble, Huge High, Thunder-thwart, Bum Crack, Thump-a-pace, with uncouth chances that are come to pass. Jove, that usurper, that did late unthrone his father Saturn, that old honest crone, with his two brothers Neptune and Pluto grim, his champion Mars, and more that follow him as Apollo, Mercury, and his mankind Pallas, do use us, earth's sons, ill. Plainly shall us appear unto ye all by my Nadare, briefly wealth out and barges off a share.
Out with brave Bounce Big, we're all agog till we may hear how to throw off this clog.
So then, those haughty gods are too boisterous, who in this little plot of earth would cloister us. You see the earth? Why, 'tis no habitation to bound our valours. We must have a nation larger than this poor world is to contain us, the which if you'll consent to, we may gain thus.
This penning of us up, so stomach I, they'll force us to a Gigantomachia.
You're right. I mean to bandy with the gods, though you may think perhaps there is great odds betwixt us and them. Since they bear us grudge, there's no one here but scorns to be their drudge. Why, who is he amongst us? Not as good as any of them all. I'll spend my blood before I'll bear this roguish slavery. Go to, you do not spy their knavery, though they be gods. We be not silly men. How say ye, lads, to this? What will ye then? Consent together to effect this plot? Dare ye adventure, sirs?
Will not. Do ye misdoubt our resolution? I hope we are not of that constitution. Sit fast, proud Jove, your best, and Juno Joan, for Rouncivall and I bespeak your throne. Rouncivall, my wife, and I, her husband, Rumble. Do mean, take it as you will, both down to tumble.
By right of conquest we may all depose, so Mercury, Jove's hair, will wipe your nose. Tut, never tell us of your Caduceus. Light nimble heels will fetch our Briarus, with 100 hands to clog your hands and feet. The Jupiter look on, thus I think meet.
This hand shall pluck up Pelion and Ossa, and throw them to Olympus as we toss a light tennis ball. We'll front them in the spheres, and each man pluck a god down by the ears.
Dare I speak little, and not be a cipher? 'Tis not a petty stroke that our fight for. We'll oppose ourselves in full career against the strongest, and I cannot wear. And as I say myself, I'll cope alone with Jove himself, wet in the burning zone.
Bid them defiance.
Gods beware your crappers! We'll have yet green cheese toasted for our suppers!
'Tis not your proud looks that can turn and wind us, but ye shall know ye come and are behind us.
Ye champions, Mars and Pallas of our kingdom, I am to acquaint ye later with a thing done since Saturn left the crown, which now divided is by ourself and by our brothers guided. In our three regions, which by portions even are sea and hell for them, and for me heaven, with the adjacent and contiguous earth a portion more than theirs by right of birth. Neptune, his subjects, they observe his law and bound themselves in banks for running o'er. And when his herald, the blue-mantled Triton, gives but his summons once, they all run right on the ways of love and duty, as say authors, to gratify or grace their king of waters. My brother Pluto hath a greater charge, his territories being so dark, so large. Yet, for aught I hear, Cerberus and Charon order his goblins so that never dare one amongst them all at's government repine, or study to depose him, as do mine. 'Tis too true, Pallas, and thou noble Mars, I am opposed by the universe, that wert not for your peace, except my wife, Jove would be quickly weary of his life.
Ambitious varlets, do they seek our kingdom? Cannot the earth content them? I will bring down their lofty stomachs. I am past all patience. If that I come, I'll bring them that shall chase ye hence. Vulcan, my armor. Jury, bring my horse. Employments toward. Now here's work for Mars.
Sorry. Pray take me with you. Never go alone now. I'll be no longer Pallas, but Bellona.
Heaven's herald Hermes doth his service tender. To stop this mischief, lest it more should gender.
Your loves, our thanks. But do ye know the brood of these insulting rebels? It were good I did acquaint you. They are sons 100, the snake-foot sons of earth. I heard 'em numbered. How moved, how heartened to this foul attempt, I know not, I, unless upon contempt, which if your power can aught, or aught can I, were they mine own sons, they should dearly buy, I swear.
Oh, do not.
But I will, by guess.
That's not the oath that I did fear, I wis.
Persist they, I stand bound with wrathful spleen and fiery indignation, sharpened keen with whetstone of revenge, never to slake my anger's fury till the earth I make an unfrequented desert, and the brood of earthlings all do perish with a flood. By Styx, I swear that dreadful Hellespont, that odes deep enough, or else the devil's on't. Amongst them all, there shall not one rascallion survive, but honest Pyrrha and Deucalion.
They are but rightly served on just condition, with water for to quench their hot ambition.
Go, Mercury, and both our brothers summon, in our name will them bravely for to come on, with all their kind subsidiary forces, munition, victuals, armor, men, and horses.
I go, and having great love for my warrant, I shall not spare to do the rebels' errand.
I could desire the hecatomb of these were only sacrificed, thy fierce wrath to appease.
Forbear to motion it, his oath inviolable. To make him break it, you nor I are able.
For all this while, the cards have been shuffling. By this time, they are dealt. Now comes the scuffling. Clubs are turned trumps. The giants have the ace on't, and yet shall they lose for all they set a face on't. For though the gods have ne'er a club in hand, they'll win the game, as ye shall understand. Yet when Jove's wrath doth on the giants light, I'm sure you'll deal well with the clubs this night.
Commenter, peace is not a trade to thrive at. Rouse up your clubs!
Oft let's a while be private, for many dangers rashly have begun of wars. The safest way is to assault them unawares.
I know right well, ye powers, the sons of Titan make head against us, and they swear they'll fight on these lofty battlements till they pull us down from our seat royal heaven, and our crown impale the temples on their cursed head, and each upon our conquered helmets tread. Let us consult, since there is such occasion, how to withstand the giants' hot invasion.
Is not our angry look enough to terrify these meacocks? I will put them in such fear if I come to them once, that they shall ask us pardon upon their knees. The like was never hard on. Never was kingly lion bearded so by ants. And wilt thou thus be braved by silly giants? Revenge it, Jove.
And let them perish all.
If they persist, assure ye they shall fall.
I have't. Lead on. My head hath hatched a stratagem. Make the gods say mortals once have matched them.
It must be so forced. Now let's begin to start them from their halls. Whoop! Who's within? Why, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Pallas, Mercury, come forth from out the halls wherein you lurk or I. So will bethrum me, vain 'tis to resist. For we will fetch ye down, and this same fist shall like a massy club light on your skulls, and ding ye down. Who's he that disannuls what we command?
That doth Olympic Jove that sways the heavens, and at whose nod doth move their weighty frame, borne up by sturdy Atlas. Do peevish mortals think for to outprattle us?
What tongue was that breathed forth those menaces?
Take them in their names.
Did you? Are men asses to run upon their deaths like mad folk frantic? Your rashness moves us, if ye perish, thank it.
How now, my masters, what are we in your eyes, that thus with taunts you should provoke our furies?
If they go forwards as they make provision, I here protest, for I am no precisian, that if this hand do once but set against them, they all shall die, nothing shall pay their ransom.
Alas, did never hear Minarum Stripitus, is nothing else but Asinorum crepitus? And dost thou think to fear us with a few of bugbear words and ranting speeches, Mew?
Leave arms, poor wretches. Take from me, ye want age to fight with us, unless upon advantage.
Trust me, but lest you should say, we took ye at advantage, will away. Until such time ye can provide your power, then ye shall see we'll meet ye at an hour. I'll say ye, sirs, to this are you content, for I'll do nothing without your consent.
We all
agree.
Gramercy, then let's on.
On advantage we will cope with none.
My ribs will burst with anger, fetch a cooper. For I shall burst, except I have a hoop. Here, what am I, Jove? How then can I endure these haughty speeches, and of men? Be sure I'll pay them home at length, and they shall see Jove's power extends beyond mortality.
About some weighty matters, all's not well. What is the matter, Mercury? Canst tell?
Truly not I, except to be concerning the world's overthrow, there's somewhat for your learning.
Beware Jove's foes, then. If I go to Acheron for more supply, I'll bring them that shall make you run. I'll fetch Alecto, Tisiphon, Megaera, rather than fail, but come, shall us to this gear, huh?
We'll be revenged, I swear, by this same trident, as rusty as a pan with bacon friedent. Or we will run and fetch our mighty dolphin, with other fishes that are naught but all fin.
But he expects your presence. Shall we go?
Lead on the way. We'll follow it through. We'll follow though it snow.
Some man will ask me why I should intend to let them fall which use me as their friend. Giants and clubs are seldom seen asunder. Why should I let them have the worst, you'll wonder? Oh, sirs, I am but a club, but yet the knave. Put that and that together, and you have your answer. I do love, for to speak plain, he that's a knave will play the knave with any.
Are we not King of heaven and sole commander of all things in the earth? Commander, stand there. Here we'll take counsel, what shall best befit the danger of these times. Here, each one, sit. You are not ignorant, ye powers, of this, how the incensed giants, led amiss by over-daring pride, are up in arms, knocking at heaven's gates with loud alarms. In vain may mortals seek for help from me. What expectation can they have to see with sacred odours on our altars thrown, one venge their wrongs that cannot wreak his dome? Whilst we securely snort and think on naught, the giants bandy weapons at our throat. What is your counsel in this case, ye powers? We must do something in these few short hours. Welcome unto us, brothers. Ye have heard how we were well nigh pulled by the beard by proud insulting rebels that defy the power of Jove and his eternity. And now, without our aid, I shall be brought to narrow exigence, our crown being sought.
What may those rebels be? Are we not Uranus, Jupiter, Pluto, and sea god Neptunus? Let us but know then. And if any power be in the sea's vast womb, it shall devour those rascals are.
The like doth promise Pluto. Brother, you need not fear. I'm sure you know what power belongs unto the Stygian prince. Rests all at your command, and hath ere since we first enjoyed the crown of Erebus, and were the master of three-throated Cerberus. We'll send our furies with their locks so snaky. And look to it then, whoe'er ye be, they'll make ye repent the wrongs that ye have done our brother. 'Twere better ye had meddled with some other.
I make no question, for I always find that ye are ever unto me thus kind. Pallas, relate unto them who they be that do molest us, for it vexeth me to think upon them.
They are Titan's issue, and swear they will have Jove, howe'er they misue, unless his crown Jove will to them resign. They'll pull us all from heaven.
This is fine.
First, we will send our herald Mercury to summon them to parley ere they die. If they refuse our proffered amity, there's none but dies, or else I am not I. Go, Mercury, and unto every giant say, for what's past to pardon we are pliant, if they will leave off this hostility and part in peace. If not, we have ability to make them veil the top flags of their pride. This tell them, Mercury. Our power is tried. Think not, ye powers, that it is fear in us that makes us sue for peace unto them thus. No, it is because we pity their estate, and would reclaim them, for it were too late. And who can help it? They must fall then, that with a greater than themselves contend.
We sent for you, great Rouncivall, to aid us against the gods, because they do upbraid us. We have ne'er a woman to meet Pallas. Now thou shalt be her, wilt thou not?
Alas! Think ye that Rumble's wife doth care a fig to fight alone withal? No, bounce big. I with one little finger and a thumb take 3 giants, Huge High, Thunder-thwart, and Bumcrack, and beat them all at once.
Yet threat not, Rouncivall. Thou'lt have too much to do at once, Wall. Us 3 to fight with her, and spare not, and meddle not with us.
Not. Or do you think this arm, this brawny arm, if it hit right, cannot do any harm? Well, though I speak not, I will warrant more. When comes to the push, else I'm an arrant whore.
It is enough. Let's stay no more Jove's pleasure. Shall we but fools be to wait upon his leisure? Then we shall make wise work. 'Tis time we were, if you will credit me, about this gear. I vow ere night that I will have Diana to be my spouse.
Nah.
My masters, what do you mean? What? Nah. When shall the bout it?
Instantly, and Vulcan, you shall have horns enough. Look that your skull can hold out your best.
Oh, are ye come at length? How now? Has Jupiter prepared his strength? What answer sends he? Shall we to the fight?
He sends these words by me to wish each one to part in peace. And he, on that condition, will pardon what is past. But if he see you will not leave off this hostility and part in peace, he will pull down your pride.
Mercies, Jupiter, that shall be tried.
Tell Jupiter from us, we'll ne'er lay down these arms we bear till we have cracked his crown. So get ye gone and tell him we are coming with proud defiance, though we have no drumming.
Come on, my masters, now we all must stand to it.
There's not a giant but must set a hand to it.
Set forwards then, yonder next night we'll sup, and Jove's own Ganymede shall fill our cup.
Thus, sore against our will, we are constrained to use these weapons. Yet if they refrained now at the length, why, we would be content to let them live still. Mercury was sent to show our mind unto them. We shall know when he's returned, if they'll submit or no.
And here he comes now. Mercury, what news? What say the giants? Do they yet refuse to be in league and amity?
They do, and thus they bade me, I should say to you. Tell Jupiter, say they, we'll ne'er lay down these arms we bear till we have cracked his crown. That's all they would send me thee for an answer, and they have promised to be here anon, sir.
And here they are indeed. Oops, sorry.
Here
My
they are
masters.
indeed.
My masters, come. 'Tis a foul fault we should want a drum, but 'tis no matter. Bum, crack, thou and Rumble, do but your heads and tails together jumble, and they shall hear so hideous alarum that we had we naught else that alone would fathom. Thunder-thwart, thou and I, we must not blunder, put our best voice to it. Tout crack the thunder! You must lay load on, Thump-a-pace. huge high, thou art tallest giant, and we know no Tau. Oh, what thou? Oh, but 3 horse loaves higher! Thou shouldst throw amongst them all Etna on fire. Come, courage, hot! That gives a signal rumble.
Not he, good bounce big. He can but fumble. Let Bumcrack do it. He hath the shriller trumpet. Let heaven brave dogs up, and thump it.
Lie thou there whilst I get up on thee. Now I am well. Make haste. You'll come anon, ye?
At hand, and whilst I bravely rush on, lie still, great Ossa. Thou must be my cushion.
Here, Malagom, stand thou, noble Hillo. Otter's his cushion, thou must be my pillow.
Up, Libby, up. And now that I see him on, let Bumcrack roar. And I top flop plimming on.
Olympus here, rumble thus bestrides thee. Wince not, Olympus, cast not him that rides thee.
Come, Rouncivall, we'll lag, but we'll not hammer. We'll choose those hills that lie beside the grammar. Heteroclitus, that hairy map of Lily, in that his treatise where he is so hilly. I'll take Dindymus, and take thou Gargarus. Now we are all fitted to Jove, never spare us.
Stand still, rebellious race, and come no higher. There shall not any put a foot up higher. What madness makes ye that ye should affect the regal throne of heaven? Do we neglect to manage our affairs as doth require the seat we now possess? That ye aspire to sit in our tribunal, once more we'll proffer calm peace unto ye. If ye refuse our offer, henceforth with thunder armed, we will transfix those hateful bolts of yours. I swear by Styx.
Whittle, come, twats! Nor I nor Thunder-thwart here will once give o'er till thy guts be our gutter.
Come, give the onset, and whilst we do mount here, good honest bounce big, give the first encounter.
Degenerate earth's sons, how dare ye adventure to break the prescript limits of the centre to which you were confined? Was heaven allotted to earth-born brats? I think ye are besotted. Unlike are ye unto the earth below, from whence ye had your being. Ye shall know heaven's not a place for any of the brood of that gross element.
Well, sir, 'twere good you held your tongue on noble Climmer the Clough. They shall perceive we come not from the plough.
Set forwards, then.
Set forwards, then.
Come on, my lads of metal. There's not a god but we'll be sure to nettle.
Nay. Nay then, I'll send for aid, and straight there will come one that will make ye shake. Arise, Trisalcum! Kill Bounce Big first, then take them all in order that were the causes of this great disorder. Die, rogues and rascals, now that ye are under hope, some stifled with the hills, some with our thunderbolt. Leave, thunderbolt, hie thee to Vulcan Smith, new edge and metal to repair thee with.
Hold, great Jove! Thou art able to thwart all our fond proceeding. I am but a mortal, for now I well perceive my men are all put to the worst, and I that am their general have death's wound. My blood begins to issue, and what we do you care not for the tissue. Stupelion, that thou wast my stout upholder, let me come down, good Pelion, from thy shoulder. For I must do and unto the scullard Caron, who churlish chuff will scarce agree to baron over to sticks, unless he pay a shilling. Thus the whole world lives only upon pilling. But oh, I die. A boat, good ferryman, to Pluto. Oh, farewell. I know there's ne'er a man but well can witness, not to tell a lion, that I here fall like a courageous giant.
Down, insulting rebels on your helms. Neptune triumphant treads.
And Jove overwhelms the mountains on you.
Earth and Bouncebig's helmet. Now they do kiss each other, they are well met.
Again, thus we are reinvested and possessed of heaven's royal seat. Never shall we rest, and perfect heaven's potent king be crowned, till, as our oath requires, the world be drowned and purged from all these miscreants, and then we shall effect our full revenge on men. In the meantime, brothers, to you we owe our love for your assistance, and we'll show hereafter how we prize ye. To you all, Jove gives his general thanks. Now let's in and revel, since that the hills and mountains are laid level.
What? Sit ye still, sirs? What is it, kind friends, that you expect more? For the play here ends, I can assure ye. Oh, then I suppose you do expect some ceremonious close and pleasing upshot. It be so, you'll find your expectations frustrate, since our mind was, as in all the progress, so to make a mock play in the end. Yet for your sake thus much I'll say, they that Jove's power withstand humbly submits themselves unto your hands.
And rapturous applause from the audience going, what? We have an alternative version of one of the earlier scenes, the death of everybody by the Thunderbolt. I was going to be playing the Thunderbolt, but then I had to step in. I had such a wonderful motion. Keith, would you just like to quickly do those Jupiter lines at the end of the text that we've got here? This is an alternative version of your commands to kill all the giants.
Yes, hang on just a second. I'm having a little trouble. Here we go. Nay, since I am thus urged, I'll call one will come, shall peps them all at once. Full men thrice will come.
And enter Thunderbolt in a Fury's coat, ugly vizard, and a wheel of crackers. Firecrackers, not cheese crackers, okay?
Go, herald of our wrath. Now thou under hope, with thy cack of fuegos dispatch Thunderbolt. Kill that same Bouncebig, kill them all pell-mell, tumble each giant from his hill to hell.
And Thunderbolt lets fly, giants droop on the tops of their hills.
Die, rogues and rascals, our fell anger under, some pressed with hills, some knocked down with our thunder. Thunderbolt had done. Hie thee to Vulcan Smith, new edge and metal to repair thee with.
And the giants are slain and carried out on the backs of the hills, which raises a question. So for those watching this, you might not have quite appreciated that all the giants are climbing and riding hills. And this is one of those big staging questions as to how do you do... I mean, they're basically... The hills are chargers that they're presumably charging around the set on. And like giant hobby horse... Mountain-shaped hobby horses or something. It's fascinating.
I'm guessing wheeled platforms, like wheeled wooden planks with whatever the hill was made out of on them.
Yeah, bumper cars. I mean, it's
bumper cars.
Yeah, it's delightfully silly. In aesthetics as well as dialogue. I mean, anyone want to pick their favourite puns? Because there are so many. There are some terrible rhymes that are so beautifully terrible that someone spent a long time coming up with some of the awful rhymes there. Anyone's got his favourites, feel free to throw them in now or forever hold your peace, because there's a lot of them.
I'm simply overwhelmed by them.
Yeah.
There are points where it's a real test of one's ability to keep one's face straight while on stage. It is absolutely the end of term pantomime, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought the old wives' tales of pantomime. It is just quite something else. Oh, good.
Plus additional farts, sound, things. There's all of these options that are there, and there's some farts were given there, so I was very pleased to have some in performance.
Yeah, bodily function humor. It's never not funny. It's. I'm sorry. It's like you can pretend, oh, I'm above that, but you'd be lying.
Helen.
Yeah, I've certainly got the impression. I mean, it started with the Christmas mess, but this too. Why sit you there? I think that they were a prelude to a feast. That you saw this play first, then you went to eat.
Well, it's interesting because some of the examples of some of the revels, sort of things that these things will be part of, do have a different order of service depending on what's going on. Sometimes you have the food, and then you have a play that goes on till the next morning, if you're really lucky, or unlucky, depending on your point of view. And sometimes it does feel like the order of service is a bit different. So that seems perfectly reasonable. It's not very long, which helps. I mean, it's gives plenty of room for manoeuvre. Eric.
I was just going to point out that this, very much like A Christmas Mess, is kind of all about fighting, and just getting like a sort of, it's like a prelude of, well, if it is a prelude to a feast, it's like the calm, it's like sort of going to dinner and a show, except the show is basically wrestling or fighting or some other thing, with added dialogue. So this is kind of like the wrestling version of the Olympic, what do you call it? The rise of, Jupiter to power.
Yes, because the opening is sort of doesn't seem to really quite fit with the rest of the play. It's like, why is this all there? I don't understand. Alan, then Lois.
I'm just wondering, actually, whether the structure might well have been that this was in the middle of a meal. That you've got a banquet going on, and this is covering the gap in between.
In between courses,
while the buttery gets themselves organised to serve out the next round. But I think drink has been taken not only by the audience, probably by the cast as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking, there's a nice double bill to do with A Christmas Mess with this, actually. Liza was talking earlier about, that there seem to be very clear textual similarities between the two. Whether it's a bit bread on bread, I don't know. But whether you want something a slightly different tone, I don't know. I don't delight in their silliness. Lois.
Yeah, I mean, Fulgens and Lucrece was performed apparently between two courses of a banquet, I think, and so this could well be. The chorus is the Knave of Clubs for some reason. I couldn't figure this out, but he.
I think I may know this.
Oh.
Card games were a traditional Christmas pastime. Remember in Johnson's Christmas Masque, one of the characters is Post and Pair, that is a card game, and so he's at the very beginning of this play, the chorus is wishing that your carding had still held on. I wish you were still playing card games. So Christmas once past, you scorn the Knave of Clubs. So basically, like, you just play card games over Christmas. And also, because it seems to be a student play, you want references to clubs, club law, etc. And also giants carry clubs, so you want the Knave of Clubs he sort of references that. in one of his little speeches saying,
Yeah, I was just looking at that one. That was what was puzzling me. He was saying that you might think I ought to be on the side of the giants because giants and clubs are seldom seen asunder. But then he says, but I'm also a knave, and that's why I'm not on their side.
yeah.
Yeah.
Any other final thoughts? Otherwise, I'm going to close this Christmas celebration. We'll go back to our party. All that remains is thank all the wonderful readers for all their wonderful reading. Thank you very much, everyone, and goodbye. We'll send our furies with their locks so snaky.